Hey, the National Veterans Transition Services is hosting a Women Veterans in Transition Resource Expo today at Liberty Station Conference Center. With us this morning is Kelly Price Noble, the Director of Business Development for the group, and Krishna Jackson, a 20-year female veteran, to explain. You've been with the Navy for 20 years is what we're trying to say.
Yes.
Welcome, both of you, for being here. You're just retired, right? Is that true?
In May.
Okay. Kelly, first of all, tell us about this expo that's going on today. And it's not a job fair, then tell us the difference.
It's not a job fair. The expo really gives a more intimate feel. We've got 52 vendors and 150 women so far who confirmed to come to the event. Like at a job fair, it might be 100 people deep in order for me to come and speak to you. At an expo, it's more intimate, and it might be 3 people deep, and I'd have a real opportunity to talk to you, to network with you, and these vendors are going to be there to help support women who are transitioning, coming from one side of the blue line to the other side of the blue line. 211 will be there, San Diego Gas and Electric, Veterans of Foreign War to help out with benefits. There'll be banks there to help women transition finances. When a veteran or when a service member is in active duty, he or she receives 2 paychecks and health insurance. When he or she separates, not with retirement, they have no paychecks and they have no retirement. So they're starting from fresh.
Krishna, transition is such a simple word to say, but it's a difficult word to do, and something you've been able to do, or you're in the process of doing. Talk about how hard it is to go from the strict military regiment to the civilian life.
Right. Honestly, I didn't accept the fact that I was retiring until like January of this year. Then it started to hit me that I'm going to no longer have the security the military provides, the regular paychecks, but I was retiring, so I was very lucky that I would still be receiving health care benefits and a small paycheck and some of the other benefits that come along with military retirement. At the same time, I'd been doing a specific job for 20 years, and it was very secure, and I wasn't sure what direction to head in. I knew I wanted to further my education. I knew I wanted to stay in public relations and documentation, working in the media sector, but I just was very lost at the time.
Okay, I want to come back full circle to you in a moment and talk about this expo today. But Krishna, while we have you here, yesterday the Navy announcing that they're going to open up to female sailors this combat role. Now, they compare it to the old swift boats in Vietnam. They're going to be on these boats, 30 to 50 foot shallow boats, and you get up close and personal with bad guys in this situation. In fact, hand-to-hand combat, they say, is possible. Are women ready for this type of role? And do you see, I mean, women that you knew in the service ready to do this? I mean, it's a tough role.
Yes, it is. And the way I've been asked this question many times, the way I see women in the military, just like men, it takes a specific person to be able to fulfill that job. And not all men can be combat ready, and not all women. So, but there are women out there who are perfectly capable physically and mentally to handle that challenge. I think the challenge is, will their counterparts be ready to handle them being out there with them? I deployed on multiple occasions as the only female on a team, and I was very successful. And I think it had a lot to do with my attitude. Physically, it's very demanding, but if you train and push hard, you can meet those requirements. But I definitely believe all women need to meet the same standards that the men do.
I want to hear the story. You were talking about a push-up story. Tell me the story.
When I was deployed to Afghanistan, I had a major, and we were having a discussion, and he basically said that he did not ever foresee women in combat. And I said, I disagree with you. I said, no, I'm not meant to be a Navy SEAL, and I'm not meant to be a Green Beret, but I've got it in me to be out there and do the job that you do as well. And I see women. There's women out there who are far more prepared and ready to go to be in combat. But I said, look, okay, fine, we'll make a bet. I said, I'll give you 20 years. No, and I said, in 20 years, women will be in combat. This was in 2009. And he said, no. He says, he's like, there's no way. I said, fine. When you're old and gray, I'll give you a call. We'll do push-ups. You'll do push-ups. I said, if it happens in 20 years, you'll do push-ups for me, right? And he says, yeah, you give me a call. So when they put it out last year that women were going to be allowed in combat roles, I looked him up on LinkedIn. I said, you owe me 20 push-ups.
That's great.
So-
All right, that's still to come. Hasn't been done yet?
Exactly.
Why don't you
but-
bring him in here on the morning show and we'll make him do the 20. How's that?
That's
all right,
good.
let's wrap this up. Kelly, talk about again where this is at Liberty Station and what time and how. It's free, I'm assuming. For
It's
folks.
free for all service women, all women who served, and it's at 2600 Landing Road, which is the conference center over at Liberty Station, and it starts at 10 a.m. and all the way to 1 o'clock. So we've got vendors. We're going to have a panel of active duty and separated women who are going to talk about the transition, the lack of transition, and the, oh my gosh, I'm transitioning.
Right.
And then we've got vendors out there who will be able to assist these ladies, and there'll be a question and answer period as well.
All right, lots of employers too, right?
Lots and lots of
All right,
employers, and we have a special gift from Wells Fargo coming on too.
Okay, thank you very much, Kelly. Krishna, thank you very much for being here. And bring him on. We'll make him do his push-ups right here on our floor on the morning show. I love that story. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.